2001 to show you another all-time comeback in King history, dubbed the Frenzy on Figueroa. The Kings trailed the Red Wings 3-0 in the third period in the third of the 4 games in the first round of the playoffs, and Scott Thomas scores to make it 3-1 with that goal. Then with 2.5 minutes left, Josef Stumpel scores, and then with under a minute to play, the Kings score again as Brian Smolinski ties it and forces overtime. And in OT, the legendary Bob Miller calls the game winner. And speaking of the Hall of Famer and his voice himself, he joins us now once again on Sports Central Saturday. Let's check in with Bob Miller, who's with the Kings at San Jose. And, you know, Bob, it's really amazing some of the things that you have seen and some of the amazing goals that you have called and some of the wackiest contests ever in franchise history.
Yeah, you're right. I enjoyed hearing that game against Detroit again. And I think the other night, Jim, watching the crowd just go crazy with those 2 power play goals in 22 seconds to win the game, I'm so happy that our fans got to see that and get to experience that. But the Kings are not going to dwell on that coming into the game tonight. Daryl Sutter said we had a good third period in the last game, but our focus tonight is playing in a very tough building here in San Jose.
That's because they are really tough to beat. They only have a couple of losses there all year long, right, Bob?
Yeah, at home they only lost twice in regulation all season long, and so they are going to be tough. One bit of news from the morning skate, Jim, the Kings are going to go with a rookie at left wing tonight who has never, ever played in the NHL, and here we are in the Stanley Cup playoffs. His name is Tanner Pearson. He was the Kings' first-round pick last June, a year ago, and he's 6 feet 193. He's only 20 years old. Had a good year at Manchester in the Kings minor league system, where he played with Tyler Toffoli. And so Tanner Pearson, by all indications, is going to get his chance here tonight. Now, Daryl Sutter kind of hedged on it a little bit. He said, well, we may dress 7 defensemen. If not, Tanner Pearson will be in. But all indications this morning were Tanner Pearson will play his first ever NHL game tonight.
Wow, his eyes have to be as big as, I don't know, I don't know what you call those eyes, how big they're going to be. But is this due to the fact that Jared Stoll is injured the way that he is?
Yeah, and it forced some line changes by Daryl Sutter, and plus he simply said, I was not happy with some of the way some of the lines played. So Trevor Lewis is going to go to center tonight. He'll be with Toffoli on his right side and Penner on the left, and then on the fourth line it would be Tanner Pearson along with Colin Fraser and Brad Richardson.
All right, Bob, let's talk about Anze Kopitar, because when we saw him get hit in the face with the puck in Game 2, we didn't know what had happened. It was really a scary thing because, he went down like a shot.
Well, he sure did, and as you said in the few moments ago, the hockey player go in, get 20 stitches and come back out, and he came out to a rousing standing ovation with the Rocky theme playing, and just amazing to me how these players go in and get repaired and come back, and the Kings need Kopitar to get hot. They need him to start scoring some goals. Because,
so far in the playoffs, it has been the players that we're not used to seeing scoring a lot of goals who are scoring for the Kings and keeping them in these games and eventually winning.
Yeah, well, Mike Richards is doing great. He's got 6 assists in the last 5 games and 8 points. Carter with a nice goal to get the Kings started the other night, 4 goals for him. And Slava Voinov back on defense. He's got 3 game-winning goals, and he's only taken 8 shots in the playoffs this year.
And also, Bob, Jonathan Quick is starting to play like that championship run he had last year, isn't he, the goalie?
Yes, he is. No doubt about that. He was sharp at the beginning of both of those games against San Jose, and he had to be because they put the pressure on. He has stopped 230 of 243 shots, and his next victory will set a club record for playoff wins with 27.
It's really kind of amazing how these Kings can win a game on one night and the next day just totally forget about it and concentrate on the upcoming contest, Bob.
Well, I think that's what Daryl Sutter wants them to do. You can't dwell on what you did the last game, and I think it's the same for San Jose. They can't worry about giving up that lead late in the game, in the last game. They've just got to know that they can play well at home. So I think tonight this is going to be a very, very entertaining game, and San Jose knows they have to win this to get back in the series.
All right, Bob, thank you so much for being with us. Continued greatness. Oh, and by the way, congratulations on 50 years and 1 week of being married.
We're on our second 50.
There you go. All right. Thank you so much, Bob Miller, who is absolutely terrific, not only as a broadcaster, but as a human being and a husband.